Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy and today we're talking about Belisarius Cawl. Basically, this weird man or mesh of personalities or whatever he is now is a really interesting character and model, and I really like his model. In fact, I own the Belisarius Cawl model. I found it in a second-hand shop years ago, and it was all broken and really poorly painted, so much so that it made my painting look good. So I basically took it to I bought it and repaired it and painted it up, and it's probably one of the models that I'm most proud of. It's fantastic, and I absolutely love Belisarius Cawl. He's a fantastic character that just lives to annoy Gilliman. I love him. Although some people really don't like him because of the whole Primaris thing, and at first that annoyed me too. But Belisarius as a character works really well. Belisarius as a plot device doesn't work that well, but he's cool. He's cool, literally cool inferior. Oh, sorry, if you read Dark Imperium, it's the funniest thing where Gilliman finds cool inferior. It's such a funny passage in the book. I love it. It's because Cawl Inferior is totally not an AI. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So Cawl Inferior is like, no, I'm just a robot. Beep, boop. Are you sure? Yeah. I'm not an AI. Stop looking at me, please, Gilliman. Oh, Cawl Inferior should be a model. I want Cawl Inferior as a model, even though he's not. He's like part of Gilliman's ship or something. I forgot, but I just liked the passage between Cawl Inferior and Gilliman. That always makes me laugh. But yeah, Belisarius Cawl is a wonderful model, and it looks really cool. And yeah, honestly though, painting up this model is kind of tricky unless you do what I did, which was basically spray paint. Well, you get like a whole bunch of blue tack, surround the entire model with blue tack, and it took me a couple of. It takes a long time to do this method, but you get blue tack, you cover the entire model in blue tack apart from the things you want painted, and then with a spray paint, just go psh, and then you're done. It looks nice, and yeah, it does look nice, but my god, it just takes forever. Um, it's the only model I'm proud of, and it's the model that gave me most grief, but I'm happy with it. I am happy with my Belisarius Cawl. I'm happy that I repaired him, so yeah. Really cool model, really nice model. I do like him. And yeah, I should look at his rules, even though it is 10th edition coming up. So his rules could be completely different by the time this video comes out. Well, it comes out on the same day I'm recording, and unless 10th edition is literally going to drop in 20 minutes, which I doubt, it should be fine. So for now, I'm going to look at his rules. Hopefully they don't change too much. I mean, if they do, I will make a video about the changes. I think that'd be a cool video, but then again, no one would probably want to watch that. So, sorry, I'm stalling. I'm stalling. I still don't know how to transition properly, so let's just get into the rules. I should be better at this by now, but I'm not. No one is. It's just a thing where you talk about models and the rules and that's it. Oh dear, life is simple when it when it wants to be, isn't it? Ah dear, such a nice thing to talk about. I love Belisarius Cawl. Right, I'm gonna go. So, these are the rules for Belisarius Cawl currently, and they're alright. They're alright. Yeah, they're alright. There's nothing really interesting to say. Well, apart from the fact that he can harness the power of the sun better than Orican the Diviner, which I find weird. But we are going to get into that. But I just want to say, thank God they're getting rid of power level. Power level bloody sucked and no one liked power level. No one in their right mind would build an army with power level in mind. Power level was crap. It was an addition that nobody wanted, like olives on pizza. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You don't do that. You basically get rid of the olives and now you have a nice pizzery game. I don't know why I'm comparing Warhammer to pizza because at least pizza is consistent. So in 10th edition, they're getting rid of power level, which makes me incredibly happy because power level bloody sucked, and I hope they never go back to it because it ruined many parts of the game because power level was just really bad and shit and no one used it, so yeah. Anyway, so the stats of Belisarius Cawl. He is a mere 160 points, which is quite cheap when you're considering who Belisarius Cawl is. But regardless, movement 6, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 2, strength 5, toughness 6, wounds 8, I thought it would have 9, 4 attacks, leadership 9, 2 up save, and his weapons, like I said, he can harness the power of the sun better than Orican the Diviner because his sun gun, the solar atomizer, is quite good. Assault D3, so he can advance and shoot with it because it's Cawl's sun, and strength 6, strength 12, AP -4, damage 3, assault D3, range 12, but don't worry, it's blast, and also, if you're within half range, the damage characteristic is D3 plus 3, so if you're within half range and you've got all 3 shots in, that's a maximum amount of damage that can be put into a vehicle or a person or whoever you're targeting. That's 18 wounds if all 3 shots get in and you roll really good with D3s. Now, what about the minimum amount of damage? Well, if you're within half range, that is 12 damage if all 3 shots get in, because it's D3 plus 3, so you say you roll a 1, and then another 1, and then another 1, that's 4 wounds, so 4, 8, 12. Yeah, it's quite powerful, and he can harness the power of the sun better than Orican the Diviner. Orican the Diviner basically can use the sun to make himself slightly tougher. Belisarius Cawl can use the power of the sun to just take down tanks like a boss. Who will win in a fight? Orican the Diviner, a Necron that spent his entire life learning the mystical magical ways of solar energy, or one metal boy with a solar gun? My money's on Belisarius Cawl. Anyway, despite that, he also has an Arc Scourge, which is great against vehicles. I say it's great against vehicles. It's strength times 2, AP -2, damage 1. Each time you make an attack with this weapon, the damage characteristic is changed to 2, and an unmodified wound roll of 2 successfully wounds the target. So against vehicles, use the Arc Scourge. But what about his other weapons? Well, the Mechadendrite Hive, which is basically a whole bunch of metal tentacles, make of that of which you will. I mean, that's a bit sus if you ask me, but then again, it's Belisarius Cawl. He can do with his tentacles what he wants. I'm not going to judge. And I know a certain Archon of Flesh is currently frothing at the mouth thinking about all the things that he can do with his magical tentacles. Yeah, Archon of Flesh scares me. It's just someone that's really into Iron Warriors and Admech. It's terrifying. Anyway, despite that, the Mechadendrite Hive, so you can make 2d6 additional attacks with the weapon. Minimum 2, maximum 12 attacks with metal tentacles. Hitting on 2s, wounding mainly on 3s and 4s, depending on who your target is. But yeah, no AP, damage 1. It's basically you get a lot of hits and hopefully you can do some damage. I like that weapon. But then you have the Omniscion Axe, which is strength +2, so strength 7, AP -2, damage 2. Use this against any infantry and just chop people in half, because Belisarius Cawl is surprisingly quite decent at chopping people in half. So now we get into his abilities. So he's got a 5-up invulnerable save. Lord of the Machine Cult gives him gives any Adeptus Mechanicus core unit within 6 inches of this model a reroll hit rolls of 1. Lord of Mars, you choose a core unit within 6 inches of this model, and you can reroll all misses, which is quite nice because Belisarius Cawl is sharing and usually doesn't. He's he's quite a selfish git, but then again, he's got so many personalities in his head that it's impossible to tell if he is being selfish or if it's someone else in his head. I kind of feel sorry for him. But you also have Lead in Prayer, or Led in Prayer, either one works, considering that's the AdMech. You can select one Colt Mechanicus core unit within 6 inches of this model. If you already do so, then select one Canticle. This can be the one that's already active for your army until the end of your next command phase. Both this model and that unit benefit from the selected Canticle instead of the one that is active for your army. Very nice. Master of Machines. Okay, so you can repair one Adeptus Mechanicus or one Imperium vehicle model. Okay. One Imperium vehicle. So you can mix match your deployment if you have a separate detachment with another detachment of AdMech and you bring Belisarius Cawl along, then he can repair any Imperium vehicles within 3 inches, including knights, because why not? And you can just, and that model regains up to D3 lost wounds. I'm surprised there isn't a flat 3 lost wounds, considering he is the Master of Machines, but hey, what do I know? And self-repair mechanisms. In your command phase, you can regain up to D3 lost wounds. That's quite funny. Imagine someone taking down Belisarius Cawl, all the way down to 1 wound, and then next turn Belisarius Cawl just heals himself for like 3, so he's back on 4 wounds. It's like, hi, I'm now on 4 wounds, and you're about to die. I like that a lot. And his Warlord trait is Masterwork Bionics, and I've started badly on that word, my apologies. This Warlord has a 4-up invulnerable save. Wow! Each time I don't know why I said it like that. Each time an attack is allocated to this Warlord, subtract 1 from the minimum, from the damage characteristic of that attack to a minimum of 1. Wow, that is kind of lackluster. I mean, cool, he has a 4-up invuln, but other than that, it's like you subtract 1 from the damage characteristic, which is useful, but it just feels off for Belisarius Cawl. I thought it would have something where he can repair vehicles better or something. But yeah, that's it. That is the rules for Belisarius Cawl in 10th edition, that he probably might be reworked a lot. Or not at all. I have no idea what's in 10th edition. I am not Valrak. I don't have a million billion spies all in Games Workshop's bases telling me all the information that I need to know to, I don't know, wear a bit of foil on my head and claim that I know everything. I'm a simple Synergy. I'm a really simple man. Anyway, I'll see you later. Remember, take care, stay safe, and look after each other. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time. Well, I probably might talk about Age of Sigmar. I haven't done that for a while. Anyway,